So, Steve, you've endorsed many different companies, and but here you are at the Music Mess as a Warwick player.
Yes.
So, you've actually switched to them several years ago, or how was it, and why? And
switched what?
To this company, to Warwick. You have worked with some more companies before, if I'm not wrong.
Two other companies.
Two other companies.
Yes.
So are you still collaborating with them, or you're working now only with Warwick, and how does all this collaboration work?
Well, through my career, for many years I played an aria bass guitar and played Ampeg amps, and then a couple of years ago I like we do felt a need to make a change, and I went with another company, perhaps too quickly, I'm not sure. You know, sometimes things seem so good, and endorsing a company, for me, it's not about gear, it's not about amps, it's not about guitars, because many people can make a wonderful instrument, but it's about the relationship with the company, and that's what attracted me so much to Warwick. And I've known Hans Peter for 15 years. Through everything, we were always friends, and I just came to a point where, at this point in my life, in my career, I've done everything I want to do, and I'm happy. It's not about how many ads you make or how many whatever. It's not about money. It's just about relationships, about good relationships, just like with you and me. If we decided we were in love, it would be a good relationship, and we would be happy. And really, that's what it is now with companies. You know, finding a company that you feel comfortable with. And I was with Fender the last 2 years, and it's a wonderful company. It made a wonderful bass, but the love. It's like huge, I don't know, but this feels like a family, like the logo says, a family affair. Everybody hangs out and has a good time.
And what instrument are you presenting now here on Music Mess?
It's the Steve Bailey, I guess it's the signature model. It's starting with a 6-string fretless and a 6-string fretted bass, and then there'll be a 5-string and a 4-string. And it has many of the same attributes that I've had for many years. The same, it just feels great for a 6-string and sounds good with the Seymour Duncan pickups that I helped design 18 years ago with Basslines Company. So it's all come together for a beautiful, beautiful instrument.
And you are actually known exactly for your pioneering work as playing 6-string fretless bass guitar, so
I hope I'm known for more than that, but that's good.
Yeah. And actually it must be much more difficult to play this kind of bass guitar than the normal one with fretted and 4 strings.
People think I'm crazy because that's where I'm comfortable. I prefer a 6-string fretless, but yes, every note you have to worry about every note being in tune, and it's more work, but for me the tone and the expressiveness that I can get with a fretless is why I prefer it. But over the years, I mean, whether I was working with Dizzym Gillespiem or Jethro Tull or Williem Nelsonem, I still use fretted bass quite a bit in the recording studios, but for my own solo music, I love 6-string fretless. Go figure.
So that means that with different musicians you are working, you are using different instruments.
Yes, sometimes fretted, but more and more now with the duo. I do a lot of duo with Victorem Wootenem, and he plays 4-string fretted, and I play 6-string fretless, and it's a nice combination. So mostly I play the 6-string fretless.
Of course, this. It's obvious that it's not only a challenge for you to play this difficult instrument, but it gives you more like possibilities how to express yourself as a musician, as a player. But still that means that you must have an absolute pitch about technique and
patience, yes. Proper technique is to play a fretless bass well and consistently, especially when recording, takes discipline with technique and making sure, just like a classical cellist or a violinist, the technique is everything as far as playing into and controlling it. And so many fretless players just kind of pick it up and grab it, and it's okay for very simple stuff, but when you get more complicated and playing chords and double stops, the technique is very, very important to me.
How did it happen that you ran over your Fender Jazz bass fretted guitar? Is it just a story, or was it like an intention, some ritual?
It's not a story, but it wasn't a Fender. It was a Stuart Spector. And it's true. And I was 18 years old, and after a gig, I left it on the back of my car to put it in, and I went and got in the car with my friend, and we were backing up, and it was like boom, and I thought it was a little curve in the road, so I went backed over it, and then I saw the bass there, and it was not, I still remember it. But what you left out is about 8 months later, I ran over another one.
Another?
Yes, the fretless. That was the fretted, the first one. And yes, I'm ashamed to admit that I ran over two basses, both Stuart Spectors. I'm sorry. Why did you have to bring that up? That makes me cry.
Really, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You are playing actually also double bass, and I know many young musicians that are studying at the university exactly this combination, bass guitar and double bass.
Yes.
So there must be some intention that helps each other.
Yes, for me, playing double bass, I heard Stanley Clarke and people. I knew when I was 17 years old that I wanted a career in music, and I understood that the more versatile that I am, the more chances for getting hired. And so I played double bass, and arco with the bow, and electric bass, and especially early on with Paquito de Rivera and with Dizzym Gillespiem and with Maynard Ferguson and the people I worked with then, they wanted both basses. So maybe not so much now. I'll do a record on double bass and then play mostly electric, but early in my career, just to get work, to be hired by high-profile people, I needed to play both. And that's why but I love the double bass. I just love the way it feels and the way it vibrates when we play it. So I still play it a lot.
And you began to play bass at the age of 12?
Yes.
And what led you actually to this choice? Why do you feel that the bass guitar is your instrument?
I was a trombone player, and in the junior high band, and a guy came to me and said, "Do you want to play bass in our band?" Because I had long hair and I was a surfer, and he thought I would look cool in the band, I guess. And so I went and played one day and played All Along the Watchtower, a Jimi Hendrix song, 3 notes, C sharp, B, and A, over and over. And I had a blister here and a blister here, and I loved it. I mean, that was it. I just loved the way it felt. I loved the way it sounded, and I was hooked. No more trombone, all bass. And then I heard Stanley Clarke on an album, and then I started practicing hours and hours. I was just obsessed with learning to play.
You have received full scholarship and both North Texas State University and the University of Miami.
Yeah.
So why did you need both universities? Is the study different? Have you studied different things there?
Very good questions. Good question. North Texas is a jazz school, but when I went there, all they cared about was double bass. There was no electric bass teacher and no emphasis on electric bass. So at that time, 1980, 81, there were 2 places in America Berklee College of Music and University of Miami, where the electric bass was a serious instrument. Before that, all the other colleges, it was all double bass. So I went to University of Miami because Boston is cold, Miami is warm, and I grew up by the beach, so I wanted to be near the beach. And I'm glad University of Miami is a wonderful, wonderful place.
Also to surf.
Yes, absolutely.
And you alone are now teacher, and you are teaching also at the University of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina. So you are all your life in a way in this university environment.
Yes. Well, I love teaching. I mean, I never thought that I would be a professor, but this particular university is so great, and they allow me to do what I want to do. I write my own classes, and I teach some bass students and recording technology, things that I love and that I'm passionate about. And they let me bring guest artists to the school and build a recording studio at the school, and I love it. I mean, it's not like a job. It's every day when I go there, it's just fun, a lot of fun.
And it's been so long time at all these universities. Don't you have a little bit more scientific approach to the music?
That's what I teach, is not to have a scientific approach. Most universities teach that, but that's my goal, is to help people realize that technique is scientific. Music, there's nothing scientific about music. Music comes from other places. So that's what I teach. Sometimes it's like, wait, but that's what I believe, and that's what I teach.
And you have instructional website, and you have released several books. One of the most popular, perhaps, is Basic Stream.
Yes.
With Sleep.
Yes.
So, do you feel like it's really your mission to teach?
Well, yes. I mean, my mission is to play, but Victor and I, we do bass camps where people come and hang out with us, and we teach, and we go around, and to me, teaching is the way that we give back. Playing is cool, and people watching and listening, well, yeah, it's good, but for me to teach you something like that will help you in your life. I mean, playing is fun, and people get inspired, but to teach you something, then I give you something that can help you the rest of your life. And there's a saying in English, give a person a fish and you feed them for one day, but teach them how to fish and you feed them for the rest of their lives. So I look at it like that. If I help you to become a better musician, then the rest of your life may be better.
And it looks like you a little bit prefer more to be a studio musician than
I don't like to tour so much. I never did. I toured a lot actually in my 30s, but I would rather stay home and be there. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and so I want to be there a lot. I don't like long tours. Short tours, yes. Come to Frankfurt for a week, yes. Go on a 6-month tour, never. I would go crazy.
And you've played with so many different musicians, playing jazz, rock, and country, and all these kind of things. I can imagine that it's a challenge for every musician to work with different techniques and styles. But perhaps still you have some criteria when you decide when some offer is interesting for you and where you prefer now to play on this?
I love all kinds of music, but my music, my solo music, or the stuff I do with Victor Wootenem is more jazz, funky, fusion jazz, and that's to me that's fun to play. But if I'm working for you and you sing country, I'm going to be the best country bass player that you need. Or if you play Brazilian music, I'm going to be a Brazilian bass player. And to me, that's a big challenge because it's easy to be good at one thing. It's not too hard to be good at two things, but it's insanely difficult to be good at 10 things, 10 styles of music. Playing with Patitucci and Dizzy and Williem Nelsonem, Jethro Tull, and kytarou. So you have New Age, you have kind of country, you have bebop, you have Latin jazz, and you have rock, classic rock. So I love all of that and everything in between.
Do you plan now, or are you? Do you have some? Are you planning some recording session? Something very?
Hey! Look, it's Lee Sklar.
Yeah,
it's
we
Lee
have an interview with him.
Lee! What? Come here! Come here! What? Come here! What? Come here! Tell me you love me.
I love you. I love you, man.
He loves me.
I love you, man.
I feel so good.
I'm out of here.
Go away.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fine.
Jeez.
Bye, honey. That's Lee. I love Lee. He's one of my favorite bass players. And he's funny.
Inspiration for you.
Yes. Always been an inspiration.
Okay. Do you have planned any intriguing recording sessions for this year, for the next year?
Yes.
Your own material?
I'm
anything
working
special?
on a new album of solo material, and it's duets. Two pieces. I have duets with, of course, Victor Wootenem, with Howard Levy, the harmonica player from the Flecktones, with Mike Stern, one blank. And another album is an orchestra, a concerto for electric bass, six-string bass, and symphony orchestra that I'm working on now.
This is your solo material?
Yes. Other projects, they come in and they go, and I don't have any long-term projects. We were talking about with Jonas and Lee doing a European clinic tour. We may come for 2 weeks and go around and play the same music we're going to play today on the stage. And then I'm going to be surfing every week.
Where?
At
when
my
you'll
home.
be at home?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay, thank you very much. We have to do one more interview.
Good. Thank you.
It's a pleasure for me.
Thank you.